Konnichiwa minasan, Anton in Japan here, and this is Tokyo Renovation Diaries after 3 months of working hard on my 86-year-old abandoned house. This video will be very helpful for you. Japan doesn't have a DIY or renovation culture, and getting rid of trash here is incredibly hard. In this video, I will teach you my secrets in how to find and source great material in Japan. As I've explained earlier, Japan doesn't really have a renovation and DIY culture, which makes it hard to get rid of trash, but it also creates a lot of opportunities of finding dirt cheap, high-grade material. In this video, I will show you how I installed my big, beautiful windows in a room that used to not even have one single window at all. This is Tokyo Renovation Diaries. We're 3 months into renovation, and this is how I made the first floor of my house bright and beautiful.
今日楽しみ？
楽しみにしてます。めっちゃ明るくなってる。
ね、めっちゃ明るいよ。
めっちゃ明るいよ。思ったこれいいよ。
めっちゃいいやん。
Yes, 3 months into renovation. How do you feel? If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'm working on a special project and I want your input for this. Anything regarding Japan or Japanese houses, please let me know in the comments. Very helpful for me. A lot of you guys have also asked me, where do you live while doing this project? The truth is, I have another house that I also renovated on my own in the area. And that's how I realized this house was abandoned. Knock knock on the door, got the contact information, and that's how I could buy it cheap. With that said, I live in the area. So whenever I have a few hours to spare, I spend it here to do renovation, to think about future design plans. One thing I don't really like about Japanese houses is that they're dark, and sometimes they don't even have windows. And if they have windows, they're not really clear. They're kind of like using these toilet kind of windows. I'm from Sweden. Our winters are incredibly dark, and if you go up to the north, we have sunlight 24 hours in the summer. But the winters, they're the opposite. Sometimes not even 1 hour of sunlight. You get depressed, right? And because of that, Swedes have developed taste for interior design and also lighting. Where to put what light, how do you make this room a bit more bright, etc. I love sunlight, and it's very depressing spending a lot of time in a place where you don't have sunlight, like Sweden in the winter, or a Japanese room with no natural windows and just this bright fluorescent light in the ceiling. And because of this, I decided to put in 2 huge windows on the first floor.
今何やってんの？
新しい窓を入れます。ヤフーオークションで買ったなんだけど。こっちにはでかいサッシ
楽しみ？
楽しみにしてます。
どうなるんだろうかな。
And here this comes in. Japan doesn't really have a DIY and renovation culture, so there are ways of finding material dirt cheap. I'll tell you one of my secrets. So, you go to Google, you go to Chrome, or wherever you want to go, and you type in Yahoo Auction. Yahoo Auction. Yahoo Auction right there, and then nani o sagashite masu ka? What are you looking for? I am looking for, this is important, model room tenjihin, like right there, which basically is showroom units. Japan has a culture of tearing down, building brand new, right? And how do they sell these $1 million houses? How do they sell these expensive ones? They have showrooms all over Tokyo, all over Japan. Yeah, they build up like a fake house, showroom basically for a house. And every 2 years, every 1 year, every 3 years, they need to redo these fairs, right? And what happens to all the things that were used in the showrooms? Were shown off in the showroom. Brand new things, just been standing there for a while. You see here, you would find doors, sofas, full kitchens, about 300 bucks, including fans, including heaters, new table. You find a lot of designer furniture in here. I taught you this. Kitchens, you find everything in here. So, let me explain how the market works. These house makers, they want to sell their $1 million houses. They build a beautiful big kitchen in their showroom. Maybe they sell 2,000 big $1 million houses just because of this showroom. So they spend a lot of money here. But when it's over, it's time to refill the showroom with the newer stuff, the newer designer goods, the newest kitchen on the market to sell even more $1 million houses, right? So these companies specialized in buy them in bulk. Okay, we buy the entire house and they move it out somewhere a few hours outside of Tokyo in Ibaraki or Kanagawa, where they have a warehouse, and they stash it there and then they put it up on these auction sites. And because you have no competition in DIY and renovation, you can buy these things incredibly cheap. So I bought windows. Don't forget, moderu room tenjihin. Moderu room, let's just put mado here. There is a translation feature right there as well. Yeah, you see here, full tool online. They're buying and selling model room exhibits. So they're one of those companies. But let's see here. So you can buy these windows. If you buy it now, it's 40,000 yen, about $300 for all of this. This would be thousands of dollars brand new. What you gotta look out for is where it's located. This is in Osaka. I'm in Tokyo, so this would be expensive to ship here. And this was how I got my windows for my Sangenjaya house. I bought 3 of them here, installed by Fukamizu and Kazuki, my Japanese carpenters. Because I bought 15 days of work from them, and they finished their incredible job in just, I think, 12 days. So they had 3 days of just putting in my windows. 多分2センチぐらいは足りないよね。はい、そこの上にね。そうです。引っ張っちゃった。もしダメだったら、片方とか。切られたら。首が入ってる。There are a lot of things I can't do. I cannot do electricity, I cannot do plumbing, but I have a working brain and I can buy things online. And then when installing a window like this, Tokyo summers, typhoons, it's gonna rain a lot. They have rainy season here in July, August. And you don't want water leaks. And putting in a new window in a facade, it's a big risk. It can leak anywhere. And water is the most dangerous thing for a house. Mold, water leaks, things are gonna rot. So I put my carpenters for it. And you see here, I just stand right next to Kazuki and Fukamizu while they're doing their job. いや、向こうから止めてビス隠れてるのかぶってて、だからビスかぶってしない。Very curious. How are they doing this? What tools are they using? もっと上、もっと上。ジョイントだよ。ジョイントだよ。もっと上だよ。もっと上っていうか、最初に入れたところよりも上。ここだよ。これでいくと。あんまりちょっと無理しないで。どうか切れてないんですけど。差し込まれてるからか。一発抜きたいね、横に。スライドして。味が効いてるな。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待ってね。抜いちゃう。The guy who came and dropped my windows off, I paid about $300 for 3 windows. I didn't know. I wanted to put a 3rd window on another wall, but we needed to earthquake-proof that one, so I gave it away in the end to another friend who's doing DIY. But that's a different story. I paid for the shipment, and 2 windows or 3 windows didn't change anything, so I paid about $100 extra for that window, and my friend got really happy in the end. These windows were made for a concrete house, and my house is wooden, so a lot of people couldn't use them, but it didn't really matter, right?
そうね、外からこういう感じですかね。そうですね。外からですね。そっち上げて。もうちょっと向こうだ。
おーおーめっちゃいい。
おお。
きれいきれい。
めっちゃ綺麗だよ。そうだね。
でレインボー貼る。それいいでしょ。
違う。ここレインボー貼らないです。
だったらあそこ貼る。さすがにそうでしょ。違う。
これ綺麗だよ。みんな隣の人たちはこれを見てほしい。こ
れは本当確かに綺麗。すごいよ。でも本当家がちょっと傾いてるね。なんで？ずっとそうだ。大丈夫なのそれ？
それ家は大体
でも結構傾いてるよ。
Yeah, so this is how I source a lot of material, used materials in Japan, incredibly cheap. Try it out, Moderu Room Tenjihin on Yahoo Auction, and please don't steal my deals. There's one more thing I did to brighten it all up, you'll see in a few weeks. But I'll have about 7 meters from the kitchen up to the ceiling. I removed the room. That's a big video, but that's changing the entire house. And it makes it more airy and fresh and bright. Sangenjaya House, Anton in Japan, Tokyo, Renovation Diaries. Puss puss, see you very soon. Moderu Room Tenjihin, don't forget that.